Let's head to Lagos, and the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Network is a major component of the state government's strategic transport master plan, which has been developed for public transport infrastructure in the state. The 27-kilometer Blue Rail line is one of such that initiated during the administration of former Governor of Lagos, Babatunde Fashola, in the year 2012, with 13 stations from Okokomaiko to Marina. Now, the first phase of the project spans from Mile 2 to Marina, and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has prioritized the Blue Line in the bid to reduce the traffic congestion on the roads. 3 months after the governor's last inspection, officials of the Lagos state government witnessed the fixing of the final track beam, a load-bearing structure of reinforced concrete that will move the project to completion. Let's move on now to the next story. Of course, talking about transport, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority. Mrs. Abimbola Akanjo, she joins us right about now. Well, the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority is the state government agency that is coordinated to coordinate transport planning infrastructure implementation in the metropolitan area. Of course, great to have you on the program News Across Nigeria. Can you tell us about the transportation master plan of the state?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for having me. So the Transportation Master Plan of Lagos was designed to sort of put a plan in place for the transportation of the good people of Lagos. So from our perspective, Lamata has a responsibility for public transportation, and the Transportation Master Plan speaks to that very clearly. It talks about the infrastructural proposals that are required to ensure that we have adequate public transportation for people. And that includes 6 rail lines, 1 monorail, 14 BRT routes, 14 interchanges, cable cars, 20 water transport routes, and climate change action. Part of that is the bus reform initiative, which speaks to hierarchy of buses that is expected within Lagos, starting from the BRT buses to quality bus corridors that will feed the BRT buses. BRT buses carry people on dedicated lanes. And also we have the first and last mile, which are the buses that will take you from your closest to your communities into the first or the closest transport infrastructure that you will continue your journey with. Integration is a big thing, it's a big part of the plan, integrating all modes of transport, because intermodal integrated transportation is a vision of the state, and ensuring that we have integration in all forms, i.e. from planning to institutional integration, operational integration, physical integration, to ensure that all modes are well integrated and it will be easy for the people to utilize public transport. The vision is to ensure that we encourage people to use public transport, and the vision is to move public transportation from the small scale that we have now to mass transportation. And that's why you're speaking of rail lines, you're speaking of BRT buses, high capacity buses. Those sorts of things will ensure that we have mass transportation for the people of Lagos.
All right. Interestingly, I see that you've actually been able to talk about some other viable modes of transportation, apart from the rail lines. But of course, I would just want to find out how significant indeed are these rail lines, and will they stand the test of time going forward?
Okay, so the infrastructure that we're building and the systems that we're putting in place are actually, they are designed to do exactly that. They're sustainable. If you look at the Blue Line, for instance, it is electric driven. So the fueling for that is electric. So we are using the third rail electric system, and that says that we're going to ensure that our climate change action is incorporated within that. To that end, we're not using diesel on that particular line. It will be electric, and it has everything that you would expect to see in a rail system in any developed country. So we have automatic fare collection systems, we have communication systems that will display to you when your train is coming, and how far apart your trains are coming. So everything within the system that we're building is what you would expect to get all over the world, and it is designed to be exactly that, as you say, sustainable. The red line system is a completely different kettle of fish because we are co-located with the federal government. As of now, it is diesel driven, but even the federal government have a future plan to electrify those tracks. So in terms of how sustainable it will be, I think Lagos is building for the future, and I can categorically say that those rail lines will stand the test of time, and the ones that will come to join it will do the same.
All right, let's talk about the investment opportunities now. What investment opportunities are there in the transportation sector in Lagos State, even as of now?
So we're talking right now about 2 rail lines that are being built. We have 4 other rail lines in the pipeline, and currently we're doing feasibility studies for 2. We have actually put out an expression of interest to private investors, and we have gotten a good response from that. And what that means is that the government will partner with private people to ensure that we bring the implementation of the remaining 4 lines. Now, one of the other things we're looking at is rolling stock on our roads, i.e. the buses. So for today, for instance, today we inaugurated the first proper CNG buses on our routes. So from Aja to Ekpe, I think it is, but actually we start from CMS all the way to Ekpe, but we'll stop in Aja. We have launched the first CNG fleet today, and that one we started with 10 buses. Now that has been done in partnership with the private sector, who has bought the buses but worked with us because we have provided the infrastructure, the bus terminals, the bus stops, the roads and the infrastructure to ply upon. Now for us, this is the start of a number of partnerships where the buses are concerned. We have another private organization who's talking to us about bringing 1,000 buses into the system. So the vision here is to partner with private sector. This has always been the position of government. We would build the infrastructure and private sector would come, especially with the bus systems, and put the buses on it. So for us right now, there's that opportunity. There's the opportunity to implement the rail lines. There's the opportunity to operate and maintain the rail lines. There's a lot of opportunities in public transportation as we speak. And even the first and last mile buses, Lagos is partnering with small operators to ensure they've come with some money, and we have given them buses and they are rolling on our roads, and they're using the carry card system which we have to collect funds for that. So there's a lot of opportunities in public transportation, in transportation in general.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Mrs. Abimbola Kianjo, Managing Director, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority. We thank you for your thoughts on the program News Across Nigeria.
Thank you very much for having me.